dating a crypto guy, and so I was just around it so much the last year. But I also really was inspired because I was seeing the results and what was happening in the space. And, we are getting in right now at the beginning, right? Not even, I think it's 5% of people have a crypto wallet. There is right now about $2.2 trillion in the space. And I think like the first 10 years of crypto, we only were at $1 trillion. And now in the last 2 years, we've gotten all the way up to like 3 trillion. So it's really, the last 2 years really, really taken by storm, and people are starting to know more about it, and it's starting to get bigger, and people are seeing what decentralization is and why that is so important. So I want to just kind of see a show of hands. How many of you have a crypto wallet and have crypto now? Okay, amazing. So about half? About half? Okay. And is there anyone in here that doesn't even know what crypto is? Cool. Yeah, kind of, but not really. Really cool. Okay, so we're going to go into that. So the flow, basically my intention for this class is for you to leave just really inspired and excited, and see the vision and really see yourself, making this money and being like, wow, this is actually so much easier than maybe my mind is making me think it is. Because like they're saying before, when you first think of crypto, you're like, oh, I don't know, it's a whole nother language, and it's for nerds and it's for guys, and really it's for everyone. It just takes a little bit of discipline and a little bit of research and understanding, and then you'll get it. I mean, really, if you sat down for maybe 6 hours or 12 hours, by the end of it, you would definitely know how to set up your wallets and be able to buy and be able to look at CoinMarketCap and see what projects are available, and just it's constantly learning and growing and moving with it, because you really need to research your projects that you buy so you aren't gambling, right? We don't want to be gambling. We don't want to be nervous. Someone was just telling me downstairs that when they go to buy, their whole body's shaking. And we want you to be confident. We want you to know why and what you're investing in. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that as well. But so crypto is a currency, just like fiat, where there are many different coins that you can use to exchange value. Just like money. And the cool thing about crypto is it's cryptography. It was where it comes from. So it's very private, and everything that you do and buy and transact is on an open ledger. So anyone can see the transactions that are being made. And right now, no one can see bank accounts. We can't see what Hillary's doing or this person or what they're buying. So it's all kind of a mystery. But this is really, really bringing transparency into the space, and also giving more responsibility to the people, because this is working on a decentralized platform, which means it is not centralized. So I'm going to back up a little bit. This is for you guys. Okay, so cryptocurrency, again, is a form of payment that can be exchanged for goods and services and things like this. There's many different kinds, there's many different platforms, and you'll learn more about that as you dive in. But crypto works on a technology called the blockchain. Does anyone know what that is? Couple of people? Okay. So the blockchain is basically a bunch of blocks of data that are chained together, and they work on multiple people's computers. And so right now, say Facebook has a warehouse where all of their technology and everything's stored in there, and all of the data is in that warehouse. But with the blockchain, it's stored on many people's computers, and there's even people like miners who get paid to accept transactions. So it's not like a private centralized bank where the bank has to, approve for you to send money. Someone has to approve this transaction. With the decentralized, you're in control of your own money. You actually get to send money to whoever you want. No one has to approve it. You don't have to wait 3 days for it to go through. You can send it across the world. It's very, very easy. It's very fast. It's very efficient. And so that's why decentralized is so cool. I mean, they both have their pros and cons, because it's also nice sometimes to use a centralized bank where you can, or centralized platform, which crypto also has. If you've heard of like Coinbase or Binance, these are centralized exchanges where you can buy and sell. And then there's Coinbase and Binance. Then there's MetaMask. Where that's decentralized. So with decentralized platforms, you get your own set of private keys. And these private key words are how you're able to access your wallet. Without those words, you'll lose access. You can't get in. So instead of having a centralized platform where you put in your email and password, and if you lose your password, you can send them an email. They send you a password link, and it's easy to recover. This is giving you more responsibility, because now only you can get in that, and so you don't want to lose those words. So again, decentralized or centralized can be great because it has a third party that can kind of take care of your mistakes. Like if you send money to the wrong place, or you lose your password, or something happens, and that's great. You have them, you've got a support team there to help you. But with decentralized, what's so great is you have full control of your money, who you want to send it to, where you want to go, how much money you want to bring in. There's no limits on how much you can spend. The international transactions are faster. It's really cool, and that's where we're going, like into a place where we get to take more responsibility for our money, for our actions. So with crypto, when you buy, you get a wallet, and that wallet can be Coinbase, if you want to write these down. It can be Binance. MetaMask is another one. And there's also KuCoin. There is anyone else using one that maybe Indodax, if you have an Indonesian driver's license, Kraken. So these are kind of the main ones. And so with these platforms, you, a lot of the time, if they're centralized, can connect your credit card, and then you can buy coins. And these ones are the more simple ones. And then there's ones that are a little bit more complicated, decentralized, like MetaMask, where you have to kind of buy from a centralized and send money there to your other wallet. It gets a little bit more confusing. We won't go too much into that. But if you want step-by-step kind of help on that and setting up, I do throw a workshop called Crypto Queens. My next one is January 5th. It's just for women, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. But but basically, I help you set up your wallet. You see exactly how to go through and buy. And then I have a Telegram group where I give you tips on what to buy, when to sell, things like this. So yeah, I can talk to you more about that after. But basically, crypto is giving us the opportunity to, while we're switching over from the banks and fiat money, which is just being printed like crazy, we're getting the opportunity to jump into this new technology, which is like a new layer of the internet that's being born. And we're able to jump in that train and make money on the way up. So probably in 5 years, the opportunity to be able to make these gains won't be there like it is right now. because we're in the middle of switching over from this old paradigm to this new paradigm. So we really, really get to take hold and find the projects that are solving a problem in the space, that are solving a problem in humanity, maybe, or is birthing the new level of gaming right now with AI and metaverses, and people are kind of scared of that. But investing in those businesses that are already doing so well and making money on the way up, we can then birth, these dream communities and these visions that we have to make the world better. So it's really cool. So just so far on that. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes. So it's purely internet-based. Is that right? So
Yes.
let's say internet breaks down.
Yes.
Everything is gone.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It is. And a lot of things will be gone if the internet breaks down. Uh-huh. Yeah, and I don't see that. I don't foresee that happening. I know. Yeah. Yeah. And there are ways to, there's like ledgers, which are basically little USB drives that you can put in your computer to load your crypto on. So if, the internet does break down, then you have this ledger that you could plug into your computer and see what you have. But if the internet breaks down, there's going to be a huge bunch of problems, and yeah, probably won't be able to get crypto or money out of the ATM. So it'll be similar. Yeah, that'll be apocalypse style. That'll be interesting if we see that happen. But there was that question brought me to something. I lost it, but yeah, that's okay. Okay, any other questions? Yes?
Okay, so you said there's centralized wallets and
Yeah.
decentralized wallets. Mm-hmm. Like, what's the advantage and disadvantage of
Yeah. I'll say that again, and that actually was what I was going to bring up, was more of that. So centralized, the benefits are super easy, right? You can just download an app, you can link your bank account, you can buy coins, but only a certain amount of coins. And that's why we also like decentralized, because there's way more coins, and timing is everything with crypto, right? So you're wanting to get in, you're getting in really early, and so it's great, but still there are projects that will come out that if you can get at the beginning of it, and it's a great project and it's going to launch, and it's not even on the centralized platforms yet, then that's when you would go to decentralized, and you can use these other wallets and things to buy coins that you wouldn't be able to buy yet. But what's so cool is, again, then like when they do get on the centralized platforms, then you get to ride that wave up. So again, centralized, the customer support is amazing. Just the ease of it. And then decentralized, it's like you actually own the money too. If these platforms went down, like Coinbase, Binance, like all your money is gone. But in a decentralized platform, you get to keep it. Also with decentralized, more coins, you have more control, less fees usually as well, depending on what you're using. And I saw some more questions here. Yeah.
Why is it that some coins are not available on some platforms? Mm-hmm. Like, I hear pancakes swap often.
Uh-huh.
Also, is that also a wallet? And also, does it mean that the person like you probably has several wallets everywhere, or is there one that fits all?
Yeah, I have many. I have many for sure. But MetaMask, it's a decentralized wallet, and that's a really good one because it can work with Avalanche ecosystem, it can work with Binance ecosystem, Ethereum ecosystem, Solana ecosystem. So MetaMask is a wallet that you can change to work with different ecosystems, and the ecosystems is they're coins. It's going to get a little bit too complex if I go into that, but to buy, like PancakeSwap is an exchange. So that's where you would buy the coins that would link to your wallet. So you have a wallet and then you have an exchange. So PancakeSwap is an exchange. Uniswap, if you heard that, is an exchange. PancakeSwap is for Binance coins. Uniswap is for Ethereum coins. Again, this is where like the course I teach is really helpful because you can kind of see more of that, but that takes about 2 hours. So I couldn't do that presentation today. But I just wanted to give you a little taste. And then, what was your other question? Did I answer both?
Yeah, why is it that some coins you can buy there and some coins not? What is it based on?
It depends on what ecosystem they're using. So Ethereum has its own coins, Binance has its own coins. It depends on what coin you're buying. And then why some coins are on Coinbase is because they're just popular coins. They're the coins that people are buying every day. So maybe they have like 25 or 30 main coins that are in the top 100 coins because there's 14,000 cryptocurrencies. And some of those might be spam, some of them may not work out, some of them, you're like investing in a business, right? It's like stocks. So there's a lot of new ones that are popping up all the time. So they wouldn't be able to list all of them. So they just kind of do the ones that are in the top 100. And usually when I buy, I'm buying coins in the top 100 coins. And you can see all of the coins on a website called CoinMarketCap, which is what I use a lot. It has the charts. It shows you how much money has been invested into the project, how many coins are available, what the price of the coin is. And so that's kind of like my Bible. I'm on that every day, multiple times a day, checking to see what's going on. And so with crypto, oh yeah, one more question here. Mm-hmm.
So when I'm not an expert and maybe I don't want to have one, but still I want to be in the system and so on, then is it that I don't know, I can ask you or others to say, okay, or I don't know, send me a message or say, come on now, buy this and now sell it, or is it something, a product someone is offering?
For sure. Yeah, I have a Telegram group for that. Once people take my course, then I put them in the Telegram group, and there's other people who are also doing that. I have my partners making a newsletter right now that I'll be putting out every month for people to buy, but I actually on my group have like buy and sell signals. And then you can also, I don't know, like pay people to do it for you. I don't do that, but I think like Sim does. So there's people that you can just give money to, and then they just trade for you.
Okay, but then I want to have this information. Right? I mean, how much does it cost, for example, to book a course with you and then see?
It's only $89 for the course, and then I do privates for $200, and then the Telegram group comes free with the $89 course. Yeah. Yeah.
And how do you know? Because I feel like on YouTube there are so many who always give daily or monthly colleges. And then I also see that some of them, they have like a raffle where they kind of sell wallets or give wallets. So how do I know if this is like a serious one or is it a real one actually just wanting to sell wallets?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. So they're probably selling coins. They're probably doing a free airdrop, not a wallet, because I don't think people can really give out wallets because they're free. You just download it. Yeah. I haven't ever seen them. So I have, and this again, I can get all your emails and I can send you like the top couple YouTubers that I watch, but you can't buy them all. I mean, maybe you can if you have a lot of money, then you could buy a bunch of different coins. But I just have, I have maybe like 10 coins, and those are the ones I stick to, and those are the ones I do research on, and I'm in their Telegram groups, and I know what's going on. So if they're about to launch something, then maybe I buy more. I'm in the loop with these projects. I know them really well. I trust them really well. I know they're going to do well, and that's why I have my research, so I feel good, because there's a lot of scamming in crypto, like a ton. I don't participate in any kind of free this or that. I don't like put my money into this farming. If anyone's saying like, yeah, give me $200 and I'll make you like 5,000, like I I never go with any of that. I buy my own coins, and I know what the projects are, and I've got good YouTubers that I really trust that will also they're basically doing the research for me, right? They're making a 20-minute video about the project so I can really understand if it's something I want to invest in. So yeah, you have to be really, really careful. And also it's one of those spaces where if you are using a decentralized platform, you can't make mistakes. Because if you do, you can't get the money back. You can't just call the bank and be like, hey, there's no one to call to be like, I accidentally sent this there and this there. And in crypto, it is you're experimenting, you're getting in, you may lose money. It's never put in anything that you can't afford to lose because we don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but from what we're seeing the last 12 years, yeah, it is going up and up and up, but still, you want to be careful. And I wanted to bring up kind of like, I see there's 3 kinds of buyers. And for me, truly, I would have been more successful this year if I had bought and I had held. And I didn't let my emotions take over me, and I didn't move this, and I didn't have FOMO, and I go to buy that coin, trade this, trade that. If I would have just stuck with like the coins that I had bought at the beginning and had held them, I would have made probably triple my money that I had made in the last year. And I still did very well, but holding, they call it hodling in the crypto space. And hodling really, really changes everything. If you can just like not let the emotions get in the way, be in a mindset, this project's gonna do well, I'm gonna hold it, and you can just hold for a year or 2 or 3, you're gonna make so much more money than chasing projects and having FOMO. This person told me about this coin, I need to buy it. Oh my God, this coin, just hold, and there's that buyer that just holds. There's also this buyer that's like a swing trader that, and maybe that is something you want to do. Maybe you're really inspired by this and you want to learn how to like really become a trader. And so by that, what I mean is you're making gains and then you're pulling out the gains and you're rolling it into another project. And you're trying to like time the market and buy when it's down, ride the 20% up, and then sell when it's high. But that's more difficult. That takes a lot more time. That takes knowing how to read charts, technical analysis, all of that. And I've lost more money trying to do it that way than I have just holding. And then, yeah, the other kind of buyer, though, which maybe could be more for you, is being like, okay, once a month, I'm going to give myself the opportunity to move things around. And so once a month, I'm going to maybe buy a new coin, or once a month, I'm going to take some profit here and roll it into here, and just making sure you're doing it from a space of like being centered, knowing this is what you want, and maybe like talking to a friend about it, having a witness, and then making the decision instead of making it just multiple times throughout the week. That's kind of more what I do, but actually right now what I've done is I'm just holding. I have my projects that I love, like I said, and I'm holding them, and I'm not going to sell them unless I am desperate for money or something, then I would, but I'm trying to hold these for long term. I'm really looking at the long-term picture of this and knowing where these coins are going to be in the next 2 or 3 years. I'm really holding that vision and riding the waves up. So, yeah. Yeah, I will. Alexander Lorenzo, he's one. Crypto Banter, that's another. And then Richard Hart, he has a project called Hex. He's kind of an arrogant guy, but he's maybe one of the smartest people I know in the crypto space. Richard Hart. Yeah, like Hart. And he's about to launch this exchange called Pulse Chain, and it's going to be huge. So yeah, look out for that. And if you're following me or Fabrice, my partner, or if you're in my groups, I'm going to be posting about that, because I really want as many people as I know to be able to jump on that project, because it's going to be really big. I don't have a YouTube channel. Mm-mm. I go on his YouTube channel and watch him because he's really intelligent. When he talks, it might be a little over your head if you're new. And he's also, again, a little arrogant. He's got like a chandelier above his head and all these Rolex watches on both sides. And he just buys Louis Vuitton, buys ridiculous things because he's like, oh, you guys want to, this is what the people like to see, you know? I want to show you that I'm making money and the projects I'm creating are the real deal. So he's an interesting one for sure. Yeah.
With the examples,
Mm-hmm.
is it like if you didn't do X already,
Mm-hmm.
X just so and then you make us also examples, that's a three different projects. It's really
It hasn't launched yet, so none of those are it. Yeah.
are
Just other coins. Yeah, yeah.
so your cost is going to be just cost.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also
Pulse chain. And it's going to have its own exchange, so you wouldn't be buying it on Ethereum or anything like that. It's going to be like a whole new exchange being built. It's a fork off of Ethereum, so it's like a new Ethereum.
And is it also about holding? Is it like about buying coin and holding it?
I feel like all crypto is buying and holding. Yeah.
So would you do both? Would you just choose one of them?
Yeah, I pick, like, again, I have about 10 coins that are my coins, so it's good to diversify. If my partner was here too, he would tell you to buy a little bit of Bitcoin and Ethereum because they're so safe and they're the longest held. For me, I'm a little bit more like, they've had their time. I want to go into the coins that are a little bit like a couple cents, you know, like 18 cents or $1, $5, even $20, not 63,000 or 48,000, whatever Bitcoin's at now. So I like kind of the newer projects, but they are a little bit more risky. So it's always like like high risk, high reward type of thing. But I do have like really solid projects that I know are gonna do well. So I have maybe a weatherproof portfolio, as they would call it, would to be to have like some money in USDC, which is a stable coin, so it doesn't move, but you have that money there to be market ready to buy or just to hold. It's kind of like a bank account. It doesn't move. The money's just sitting there. And then having some money in Bitcoin, I would say like what is it, like maybe 30% in Bitcoin, 20% in Ethereum, and then a percentage, like 40% in other altcoins, and then maybe 10% in like fun, silly coins like Shiba Inu or Dogecoin. Or don't buy any of those anymore. They've had their time, but but maybe like they call them meme coins, and those are kind of like lottery coins. So I wouldn't totally suggest doing that unless maybe you want to for fun. But you only put money in there that you're like, I don't care, this can be gone, you know? Maybe like $100. Okay, I'm just gonna do this for fun or whatever. But it's better to go with the projects that you feel confident about. Mm-hmm.
So you put all your money out for the old system, and what's in for you safe is like Bitcoin
And Ethereum.
50% and then 50% in.
Some money in USDC. So maybe like, I would say maybe like 50% in USDC, and then maybe like, Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum. I don't know, like 15% and the rest in alts. I don't know, it's up to you, you know? I don't like saying the percentage or knowing or being so structured about it. That feels more masculine for me. I'm like, okay, what is my heart? What do I believe in? What do I see like changing and moving with the times, you know? And those are the ones that I'm gonna go behind. Who's behind the project? Who's the maker behind the project? I love Richard Hart. I think he's so intelligent, so I support everything he does, you know? And then Alexander Lorenzo, he doesn't make cryptos, but I really love how he describes everything, and he's really transparent, and he's somebody that's a millionaire in the space, and he's just sharing what he's doing and his moves and what he's buying. So I like what he buys, you know? So that's kind of what I go off of.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have anything anymore in the old system.
I do a little bit because I need to pull money out of the ATM. There are ATMs. You can get crypto ATMs actually. Yeah, ATM cards. Crypto.com is one of them that you can sign up and actually get a card. So yeah, you're not using the old system anymore. But I still do have a bank account in America, and so I have a Coinbase. So when I cash out my money, I mainly use MetaMask. And so I send my money from my MetaMask wallet to my Coinbase wallet, and then I'm able to cash out. I don't cash out more than 30 grand, or yeah, because then it gets taxed in America. So it could be good to have like an ATM card from crypto.com or something, so you maybe are not getting taxed, or try to hold your savings in USDC or USDT. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I love that. And there are even ways that you can stake coins. So, like for example, Hex, it's a coin that I have, and you can stake it, which means that you can put the money in a staking system that holds for 2 years, and then they give you interest. And usually the interest is really, really good. I've even seen interest go up, not with Hex, but other coins, like 50 to 100% API on your investment, because people really want you to stake, because then it keeps the price of the coin stable. So the price of the coin isn't going up and down, up and down. People are actually putting their money for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and then they're getting a really, really huge interest rate on that. And then if people end their stakes, then you lose your interest rate, and then those other coins that would be your interest, it gets distributed to all the other people who are staking. Yeah, I stake Hex.
That's also what I meant is you're staking in Hicks, and Pulse is also about staking.
No, Pulse you won't be staking, but you'll be buying Hex off of Pulse.
Okay.
And
It's like
so,
a network. It's like Ethereum.
yep, exactly. On your what? No. So when you're staking, it's like locked. It's like a savings account. And then you get interest just like the bank gives you interest on your saving account, but you get way more. I only stake Hex, and I go on the Hex website. So it's like hex.go. And so they have their own website where you stake, and then when your stake ends, they just put it back in your MetaMask wallet. Indodex. It's not really. It's just another kind of exchange and wallet for you to use. If you are a Balinese or you have a Balinese driver's license, then you can use it. And it's just like any of the other platforms. That's pretty much it. Yeah, it's just like another one. Oh, that might be one of the reasons. I'm not really sure. But that is true if you have a Indonesian bank account and then you have Indodex, then yeah, you could probably pull money out and not get taxed on it. I mean, I'm sure if you hit a certain amount, then you do. I don't know the laws and regulations on Indonesia, so maybe talk to someone that does with that. But yeah, that could be a way to help pull out money.
Okay, so I have a clothing business, and like if I invest into my clothing business, that money, like the U.S. tax code isn't taxed. And I'm wondering, like, could you do something kind of similarly with taking money and investing into like coins, maybe as like a separate entity, or like within the United States, like if I was like call it like a coin investment firm, whatever it is. And start to like invest into the company through purchasing. Would that count as like a write-off, or have you ever heard of anything?
I haven't heard of anyone doing that, but there's a lot of gray area with it right now. I know that they do want to start making tighter regulations, but right now you probably would be maybe okay with doing something like that. I don't want to give you any advice on that, but you get in trouble. But yeah, look into it, because right now it's still like they haven't locked down on that yet. But I'm sure they will. Yeah.
investing accounts,
Mhm.
you can filter your crypto through that and reduce your tax from 30% to 0.5.
Wow.
So there are ways to do it, and if you want to talk to someone about that, talk to Sim.
Cool. That's great. To Sim.
Is the next
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, and I believe he teaches classes as well. And he's into finance and like, yeah, consultant. Yeah, he's a good guy to work with. I think. Let's see where we are on time. How are we doing on time?
Like 10 minutes more.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah. We don't have to force, but
Uh-huh.
that's a quick question.
Yes.
That's my also question
Mhm.
about the feminine energy
Mhm.
in the space portal.
Mhm.
Is there any, so the way I interpreted it was very masculine, which is very, very important.
Mhm.
I'm just wondering how you see the feminine energy in space.
Mhm. Well, I think what's cool about it is it's going to start to empower a lot of women because there's so many women that feel like they need a man to make money and they need to be kind of like find a provider, and this is really giving women the opportunity to step up and make money for themselves. I mean, there's so much opportunity here. It's really, really, really cool. And so it is a little bit masculine, though. You do have to like get in and put your boots on and be like, okay, today this is my task, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up these wallets, I'm going to make it happen. And you don't want to just buy coins off of intuition. Women are very intuitive, but don't be like, oh, poodle, that sounds fun, I'm going to buy that. Like, do your research. My grandma had a poodle and I loved it, so I feel like that's a sign from the universe. I should buy it. Yeah, amazing. So maybe, amazing, I love it. And maybe that does work. That does work for you.
Here, you'll have a bit of numbers because I'm not telling everyone to do it.
Mhm.
I mean, I did that in a few of these mimic coins,
Mhm.
Shiba.
Yeah.
Back to intuition.
Yeah.
But
Amazing.
then somebody told me to get out and not gamble.
Yeah.
So we were like working, like he was like, don't gamble, check it.
Right.
Do research.
Right.
But I think there can be an element
Mhm. Mhm.
of
Yeah.
intuition that can also help.
For sure. For sure.
If you're stable and don't have this
Right. This in too much emotion and too much fear and things like that, and you can really let go. I mean, that's how I got into crypto in the first place, was on intuition, just feeling like, okay, this is gonna go, and it did.
It's true. I think that's actually our female power we have. Really trusting our intuition, like we trust our intuition in so many other things. So why not trusting it there?
Yeah.
I think it's that. I think that's because it's so masculine. We maybe then tend to go in this masculine energy because we're used to it. We work over the old world. But I think that's our power. It is really our intuition. That's our female power. We just use it.
And we're good at, I mean, we're learning too, but we're better at receiving, right? So maybe the holding part of crypto, just buying and trusting and letting it do its thing instead of like getting so mindy when it goes up and down. Should I pull out? We really have a chance to like sit back and just receive and be like, okay, I know this is, my heart is pure. I know where this is going for me.
I noticed also after you take a position, I noticed men like to stay in the analysis, which I still like to do, but I feel like it might get too much for me to like always keep on the analysis and the mathematics of it. It worries me a bit, but when the receiving part of like holding the trust is fine. I did all that I could with research.
Yeah.
And hold off from like the mind so much. It's also good balance.
Yeah. And also look how many women are here. I mean, so many. And I've been teaching groups of women, and my partner, it's mostly women in his classes as well. And I think women are just more open to new things and want to kind of find more creative ways to make money. And yeah, it's been cool. Women are definitely feeling this energy of what this is.
Tangible, I need a solution for And so we constantly talk about creating this new earth, right? And how feminism is rising. And I feel oftentimes in the spiritual community, you don't look at the pink elephant in the room, and that is there's no feminine rising, there's no motherhood rising. If mothers don't rise, then they will constantly stay in the overfunctioning, overworking, being in a fight state, trying to make it happen in the Western world. With the lockdown, schools are closed and all these things. And if you look at single moms, and I know what I'm talking about because I'm a single mom since 8 months. I would love to make it accessible for also these women who can't even think straight. These are like full of, food from the babies, and they're like looking at the bank account and like so in panic mode. What could you do? They don't have time to sit and watch YouTube videos. They don't even have time to read sometimes. If there's something, because this is also what I'm dedicated to like, host women's circles and other circles to just hold space for them and to acknowledge. And maybe also like thinking of crypto circles where with little time they can have big outcome. And I know this is like maybe wishful thinking, but just how we could empower these people who create tomorrow's leaders, tomorrow's people.
Yeah, and that's why I have a course that's pretty affordable, and then I have a free Telegram group where I'm literally spoon feeding people information. They just have to learn how to buy and sell, and that's the trickiest part, is just like setting up and learning how to buy and sell. And anything you do though in life does take discipline if you want to be successful, and it takes mindset work, and it takes seeing where your blocks are and where you're not receiving. If I see too, like, not trying to say that women are, no, a lot. I do see single moms and some women making excuses like, oh, I just don't have enough time. I just don't have enough time. It's too confusing. I don't have enough time. But they do need to change their mindset and be like, oh, I do have enough time. I can give myself 2 hours after the baby's asleep to learn how to set up a wallet. And that little bit of work, and then them just learning to buy and sell, is going to have such a bigger income, and maybe be more than them working their job, 5 hours a day or whatever they do, 8 hours a day. They might be able to make more in 6 months than they do all year, just because they put in 2 days of work setting up wallets and learning how to buy and sell. There's a lot of easy opportunity, but it does take a little bit of work, and it takes the mindset of like, I can do this. I am going to create this. I am going to like do things that are uncomfortable to start.
New awareness to be in. For me, it feels like I'm being in a space to expand my understanding
For sure.
of what the economy is, what could abundance mean. I wanted, like, my mom wants to say to the old way of looking at money and securities that
Yeah.
new possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, it can be an emotional roller coaster for sure. Like it is too. It's just money. It's just numbers on a screen too until you cash it out. That's one of the things that I got to go through, was watching, $200 go to like. I was at the Shiba Inu train early, so I made $50,000, from 200 to 50,000, and I had to know when to pull out. I was like, I don't know when to pull out this money. Like my mind is going to this huge vision of me building this whole community and having all of these things, and then guess what? It drops, and you're like, oh, why didn't I pull it out? It's gone. Why didn't I pull it out? But then it goes up again, and you're like, oh my God, it's here. And you're like making all these dreams, and those dreams can be gone. So it's also like not getting so emotional and being like, okay, like this money's here. I'm going to take some of it out. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to take some of it out. And really being in your center and knowing to take the money too as it comes, and knowing that you want to just make sure you have enough, and that you're like, I always pull out my seed money. You know, when I put money in and I watch it triple, I pull out the money that I put in, you know? Um, and then I let that money rise. Or if I'm like, I need money for something and something goes up, I'm pulling it out, and I'm not going to sit there and have the FOMO of like watching the chart, you know, every single day and being like, oh my God, it's going up. If I would have left that money in, I would have had $1 million, which is what happened with me with Shiba Inu. Like, it's just trusting, you know, we all have our perfect time, right? So we all have our perfect time of how much we can hold, and the universe is only going to give us what we're ready to receive and how much we can hold. Because it can really, I mean, it's a big thing to go from having $200 to maybe $1 million, and can you hold that? Like, because I one time was I got given $30,000 by the government, and that was gone in 2 months. I couldn't hold it. You know, it was too much for me. I couldn't hold it. And so I really do believe like we're getting it in these increments so we can learn how to hold it, because it's a responsibility to have money.
And I also like it's probably not the best space for it as it is at the moment. I just find crypto is difficult to create, not to save you. Whether you're only know
Yes.
how to get out of this shit.
Yeah.
I found that when I was out then it's really helping me be grateful I got out of it.
Yeah.
That was just what I would say.
Yeah, great response.
Tell anyone get out of your debts.
No, you only want to put in the money you can lose. Yeah, again, like I said, you only want to put in the money that you can afford to lose. This isn't like a saving. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you want to be in a good situation. You want to have money to live, and then have this be like your bonus money is going in there, and it's like, cool, if that's all gone tomorrow, that's fine, you know? And that's why I have like a lot of money in USDC and these stable coins, because I'm not just gambling money that I can't afford to lose. So
It's like enough for something just quickly. I've been in this space for over 7 years, and it is a highly volatile space.
yeah.
And so, if you are inclined to be psychically emotional, go and ask someone to be your witness, because it's so easy. You know, I'm not necessarily what I bought my UTC for, but it's all profit for me, and I'm helped. And so, one thing just to extend on what you all said is, if you're in scarcity consciousness, no abundance will come, no generation of wealth will come. And so, like what you said is, all of that needs to be addressed on the journey, prior to the journey, where it doesn't matter how many guys or how many people you have training for you, you're still not going to attract what the opportunities can bring. But it is, I just want to use that adjective, it is a highly volatile space.
For sure.
And, you know, I mean, years ago, I remember being awake for 7 days and nights just staring at the charts. And, you know, did it benefit me? No. You know, so I have a very relaxed relationship with the whole space now. But when I started, I just want to share that when you first start, it can be...
For sure. And even if you look at Bitcoin holders right now, you know, it was wild when it went to 20K. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, 20K. Everyone knew what Bitcoin was all of a sudden, you know? But then what happened? It went all the way down to $5,000. $3,000 all the way down, you know? And people are like, oh, I got all my money. But then now it's at 48,000, and it was at 63,000. And so for me, I'm like, okay, if those people would have just held, but they weren't emotional and they just held it for another couple of years, but that's how volatile it is, you know? So it's like, gotta take your gains when they're there, if you need them, you know? And if you don't, then just leave it. If you don't need the money, it's just there to be held and to grow, and you're not attached to it. You're just waiting. And I do want to say, you know, $200 going to 50,000. That's not something that happens often. Shiba Inu and some of these coins are like very, very rare for that to happen. But I do foresee there's going to be a lot of There's going to be a lot of opportunity for like 2 to 3 to 5 to 10 X's in this space over the next couple years. So,
You said it was 50,000. How do you do the cash out? I understand that. How do you sell it?
yeah, you sell it.
Cash out, you sell.
I sell it into USCC.
Just to wrap it up like 3 minutes more, and then it's
Cool. Perfect.
Can
Yeah.
I mention?
Uh-huh.
Someone told me about a strategy if you don't actually have an amount to invest initially. It's just to monthly put something in. Maybe just set up an amount that you can afford, like for example $50, to just go in monthly on this date, the 5th, the 15th, the 10th, and put in 50. Put in 50 until one day you're, if not, hopefully everyone is at that point where they can have extra to, but if not, then this is a good way to enter the market, and just averaging monthly. It's better than nothing at all. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to go, and usually, you know, it's nice to be able to buy cheap, but usually I'll maybe buy some when it's not cheap, and then I'll buy it again when it is cheap, and it usually averages out somewhere in between because you can never really know the market. But you know, the women who were in my course recently, after they took my course, I was like, no one buy. Bitcoin's at 63,000, no one buy. There's going to be a crash, you know? And there's a crash. And now I'm like, okay, now buy. And now all of my women are getting discounted crypto by like 20-40%. So, yeah. Try and buy low, yeah, if you can. To time it, you know? Really.
And like Ombiya said, there's no losses or gains unless you cash out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just watching a volatile cycle. You have losses or gains.
Yeah, but I really feel like a beautiful way to do it is like you were saying, is just like slowly put what you can afford to lose every month, twice a month, buy the coins, the projects that you like, just let that stack and that will grow, and in a few years, I really think we're going to have anywhere between 10 to 100 trillion dollars in the space. Right now we're at 2.2, you know? So that's a lot of growth possibility. So I say if you only have, like, I say try to do like at least $1,000 a coin, or at least $500 a coin. You don't want to be buying $10 here and $50 here and $20 here and like spreading. While you have less money, I just focus on one, you know, and then when that's at like $1,000 or something, focus on the next one, because then that money has the opportunity to make more. So, yeah, what makes me like a project is what it's doing and what problem it's solving. Like Pulse, that's going to be coming out, is solving a huge problem, because right now with MetaMask, there's these things called gas fees that you pay, where sometimes for one transaction you're paying like $150 to do one transaction. And so Pulse is going to help get rid of that. So it's like, whoa, I love that project. It's doing a huge thing for the space. You know, that's amazing. Or it's a gaming, you know, and it's going to be paying people as they play games. Like, that's really sweet. There's so many gamers in the world that play video games all day long, but they're not getting paid. And now from this metaverse or this gaming, like, DeFi Kingdom, this game that's coming out, like now people are going to be able to play and make money. So yeah, that project is sweet, you know? So it just depends. There's some DeFi Kingdom, Sandbox is a metaverse, Decentralized, some of these.
I have a question because there are many problems, many projects solving problems, and there are often many projects solving the same problem. But as you said, like Ethereum is so expensive,
Yeah.
but there are 100 projects that are trying to solve the same problem. So how do you choose Pulse? Why would you go for Solana, which is also very cheap alternative or whatever.
Right. So I would just start looking at who the maker is of that project, what they're like, how they look, what's your intuitive read on who they are as a person, what are they doing for the world. Why I like Richard Hart, he makes self-help books. He's really like, he calls out what he did. His last project made an 1,000x in a year and a half. So you see people's track records and what they've created and who they are and what wisdom do they carry? Who are these people? Like, what are they doing that makes them unique and different and stand out? So that's what I usually go by. And also these other crypto YouTubers that have done a lot of research and really know the space. I think one more question and then we gotta end. Yeah, people do as a full-time thing, trading. Yeah, I don't. It's just a side thing for me. My partner does it full-time though. Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you all so much. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, very excited for your crypto journey. You guys are expanding so much by opening your mind to this opportunity. So thank you. I feel super honored. Yeah.